Are you ready to start your own website? Bluehost offers reliable hosting with 24/7 support at an affordable cost. Effective Nerd uses Bluehost for all of our website needs, and you can get hosting for as low as $3.95 per month. Head over to effectivenerd.com/hosting to get started. That's effectivenerd.com/hosting. Now on to the show. Welcome to Effective Nerd Quick Hits, a podcast for creators and artists to get big information in a small amount of time. I'm your host, Aaron Yara from effectivenerd.com. Hey everyone, this is Aaron Yara from effectivenerd.com, and today we're going to talk about 9 excuses that starving artists give themselves. Starving artist is a term used to describe creators that primarily focus on their craft at the expense of material and fiscal comfort. This also means that the artist has not found a way to be successful with their art, at least not yet. While this idea is often romanticized by the average person, it is not always fun to be a starving artist. In an ideal scenario, every artist would be prolific and successful with their craft. However, sometimes the biggest obstacle is our own way of thinking. Today I want to talk about some excuses artists give that act as barriers to their own success. Excuse number 1. People don't understand my work. I hear this one often. Artists make the excuse that their audience isn't big enough because there just aren't enough people who are into their work. They feel that their style or content is too niche and therefore are competing for a very small pool of potential fans. However, I feel that this is a myth, at least in some regard. It may be true a few decades ago, but it's really not the case anymore. The internet has given us the ability to share art and reach people all over the globe. Fans out there are waiting to discover your work, you just have to find them. Excuse 2. The right people will eventually find my work. This is one of the most infuriating excuses that I hear, especially with the regularity in which I hear it. Many artists have a very basic marketing strategy. They sometimes post on social media, and that's about it. Too many artists feel that posting on social media is the only way to find success. They believe that the right people will find them if they post their work consistently. However, this is not the case for a majority of artists. Many of us are allured by the idea of going viral or achieving overnight success. This is more of an exception than the rule. Putting all of your eggs in one basket, whether it's the social media basket or the go viral basket, is the artistic equivalent of buying a lottery ticket. Excuse 3. I'm not successful because I don't sell out. This is something that I've never experienced myself, but I have seen others experience. For example, an artist will be open to commissioned art, but won't change anything about their art for their customer. I've also seen artists turn down entry-level art jobs that would help further their careers. While taking every job that comes your way is not required, there should also not be a stigma against artists who adapt their work and expand their horizons. While taking on art jobs may not be your purest form of expression, you may be surprised by what you learn and the people you meet during the process. Tattoo artists are an excellent example of why this excuse doesn't always work. Tattoo artists make art on demand. They get to meet a lot of different people. They don't always get to pick and choose what kind of art they make. And most of us wouldn't consider tattoo artists to be sellouts just because they have to work a specific job where compromise is part of their job on a daily basis. Excuse number 4. I can't be prolific because of my 9-to-5 job. That's the old I could just be successful if I had some time to put in excuse. Let's preface this by saying that there are most definitely people who do not have enough time to work on art. However, I feel that people who make this excuse often do not fall into this category. A lot of time-constrained artists I have worked with have plenty of time to make great art. What they don't have is hours of television and video games that they take part in every week. The ultimate question here is, how badly do you want to make art? If you want it bad enough, you'll find the time. Excuse number 5. I don't need to change anything about my strategy or my style. I have two issues with this excuse. First, this argument makes the assumption that the world and the people in it are static. If this were true, a good marketing or promotion strategy would work forever, and it will work well forever. However, the world is a constantly changing place. Your strategies need to adapt and change according to the changes that we see in the world. Second, if the artist strategy is working, then they would be growing and finding success. Since this episode is based around those who are struggling, I don't believe that their strategy doesn't need any changes. It may sound awkward to say it like that, but if you're a starving artist, you probably need to change your strategy a little bit. Excuse number 6. It's phony to care about the business side of my art or my content. I see this excuse all the time, especially in independent art communities, which I love, by the way. Many artists have a sense of pride in the fact that they don't put any effort into turning their art into a successful business. However, I also see these same artists getting frustrated that they are not making sales or building their audience. This excuse is often framed using a false dichotomy fallacy. You either focus on art or on your business. You can't focus on both. However, this is a flawed argument. The relationship between art and business isn't all or nothing, it's a gradient, and successful artists find a healthy balance of business and art. Excuse number 7. I'm not good enough to sell my art. This is an excuse that I personally struggled with for a long time. When it comes to art, it can be very difficult to get to a point where you feel confident. We're consistently learning, growing, and evolving. My advice here is just to put yourself out there and work on your confidence. Having confidence in your work is a skill unto itself. Just like any other skill, it needs to be harnessed through practice and persistence. Instead of not making yourself available for sales, put yourself out there and let your audience decide if they want to purchase your goods and services. Excuse number 8. I can't make good art because I don't have expensive equipment or supplies. I don't hear this excuse that often, but I do see it occasionally. While specific art forms such as filmmaking do have a higher price for admission, good art can be made with almost anything. I have read photocopied zines that have made a huge impact on my life. I've also commissioned artists for art pieces that were made with a single Sharpie in under 5 minutes. Good art is good art, regardless of how much money the artist put into their materials. Finally, excuse number 9. Starving makes me a better artist. Many starving artists feel that pain and suffering is the key to making good art. While this can be true for some artists, many creators put out quality work regardless of their current environment and circumstances. I also feel that this sentiment is based on a self-defeating premise. Artists complain about not finding success, then point to their lack of success as some sort of virtue. This is fine for artists who only create as a hobby. However, for artists who want to make money from their efforts or want to turn their art into their career, this excuse can be a huge barrier to their success. Thank you for listening to Effective Nerd Quick Hits. For more information on how you can level up your work, head over to effectivenerd.com. You can reach us on social media at Effective Nerd. Quick Hits is hosted by Aaron Yara. The theme song is by MC Graffiti. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. For reviews, creator development, and more, head over to effectivenerd.com. You can also follow us on social media at EffectiveNerd. Thank you for watching.